Welcome everyone. We're online too, just so you know. And what we're going to use the blocks for to begin with is to create a little T shape. So we have this block that way, and this one can either be on its highest side or you can take it down a couple levels. But you'll lie back so that your shoulder blades are surrounding the block closest to your feet, and the other one's a pillow for your head. And the arms can just open out. So you want to find a position where you can relax over the blocks, not feel like you're straining or trying to force your body into a shape it doesn't want to go into. The legs can either be straight out or you can bring them into a butterfly position with the soles of the feet together. As you feel your body start to settle here on the blocks, just notice any tension you might be holding in your face. Inviting some release in the neck. And as you tune into your breathing, you can feel as if you're filling from the top to the bottom. So as you breathe in, you can feel your collarbones open, then the ribs, then the belly. And then when you exhale, it reverses, emptying from the belly, then the ribs, and the collarbones. And just imagining openness across the front of your heart. And spaciousness through the back of the neck. And you can start to tune an intention for your practice, what you might like to receive from our time together today. And we'll stay for just a couple more breaths. And when you feel ready, you can let one arm swing across the body to bring you up. Just take your time. No need to rush. And we'll come onto hands and knees so you can put your blocks aside. And once you come onto hands and knees, you can sit back into a child's pose. Yeah. And just feel some softness come into your elbows, into the backs of your shoulders. And you can breathe into that area where you are lying on the block. So between the shoulder blades, you can feel some spaciousness come in there as you breathe. And then we'll come forward, rounding the spine as you come onto the knees and the hands. And as you breathe in, you can just relax, opening the front body and lifting the head. And then we'll sit back towards child's pose. So as you come forward, feel the middle of your back lifting towards the ceiling or the sky. And as you breathe in, opening the heart and lifting the head. So you can just move with your own rhythm of breath. Sinking back to child's pose. And we'll do that one more time, rounding the spine as you come forward to hands and knees. Breathing in, opening the front body. And then sinking back to child's pose. So now we'll come forward to hands and knees, feeling a little bit of a flat back. And we'll push down with the left hand and reach right hand for the ceiling. So you're reaching out to the right and up. Push down with the left hand a little more. And exhale, reach right arm under left, and you can bring the shoulder down, bring the head down. And left hand can just gently press into the mat to open the chest. Yeah. And just see if you can find some release in the neck. If the neck is working really hard, just invite it to let go even a little bit. And then on your next exhale, pushing down with the left hand. And inhale, reaching for the ceiling with the right hand. And we'll let that hand come to the mat and we'll change sides. So left hand reaches out and out. Scooping under, letting the shoulder come down, the head come down. Nice. And just gently pressing with the right hand to open the chest. Neck relax. And the sit bones can tuck towards the floor just a little bit to lengthen the lower back. Nice. And gently pressing with the right hand as you exhale. Let the inhale reach the left arm out and up. And let that hand come to the mat. Curl the toes under and come into downward facing dog. And here you can just walk in place, letting your toes spread, feeling some stretch through the back body, and inviting the neck to release as much as you can. Nice. And now we'll take a little bit shorter stance with down dog, but the feet come apart a little bit. And then pressing into the left hand. Right hand can reach towards the left leg, either taking the calf or the ankle if you're able to grab it. And you can just gently release the head, looking towards the ceiling underneath your left armpit. And then we'll bring right hand down and that left hand come over to the right leg, gently looking underneath the right armpit. Nice, and then left hand comes down, and the feet can just walk to your hands, coming into a forward bend, inviting the neck to let go. And then taking an inhale through the nose, you can let it go through the mouth. And we'll bring hands onto the shins, lifting to flat back, inhaling. Exhale, let it go. And then we'll reach forward to float up. Just reaching for the ceiling. Letting the arms come next to the body and feeling your stability, your strength here in mountain pose. Okay, so we'll take an inhale, letting the arms rise. Taking the forward bend, exhale. You can bend the knees on the way. You're coming to your flat back, either hands to shins or fingertips to the mat. Coming to your flat back, and then we'll step back to plank. And feel free to come to the knees, or you can take full plank. We'll come all the way to the belly. And letting the shoulders roll back and down as you lift the heart and head, press into the feet for cobra. Nice. And then we'll push to the knees, curl the toes under, and come into down dog. And then feet come to the hands. You can walk them forward. If you have the float, you can feel free to take that too. And we'll come to flat back, breathing in, breathing out, releasing into the fold. And reaching forward, we'll come all the way up. And the arms come next to the body. Feeling yourself as mountain. And we'll take that inhale, arms rise, rooting down as you rise. Taking the fold, exhale. Coming to your flat back, breath in. Hands to the mat to step back to plank, or if you want to float back to low, chaturanga, feel free. And we'll shift forward to lower. You can come either to cobra as we did before, or if you want to come into up dog, that's fine. And we'll take it to down dog. Nice, letting the breath empty. Rock or float, feet to hands. And come to flat back, breathing in, letting go as you breathe out. Reaching forward to rise up. Arms come next to the body. And then we'll come into chair pose, so legs come together. And as you bend the knees, feel the hips tuck down. And as the arms come forward, press the shoulders forward slightly. So rather than trying to pull the shoulders back, see if you can press them forward to help you tuck the sit bones down to lengthen lower back. Also give space to the neck. Then we'll melt forward, exhaling. Inhale to flat back. Stepping to plank or floating to low chaturanga. Feel the shift as you lower down. Make sure you're moving with your breath. Breath into your back bend. If your arms come straight, try to lift your kneecaps. Exhale to down dog. Nice. And from down dog, let the right leg come up and back. Take your time bringing that knee towards your nose, shifting your shoulders forward so the right foot comes between the hands to the mat. And we'll come to warrior one. So left heel roots, each foot on its own track, and we'll come up to standing. Nice. We're going to sweep left arm under the right. You can either bring hands to your shoulders or let the arms wrap around like vines. And then press the shoulders forward. Sink into the right knee a little more. And breathe in. Feel slight back bend. You can let the throat come forward, lift the chin. And exhale, elbows to your chest, hands away from the face. Take a fold, humble warrior. And come back up to warrior one, breathing in. Pressing the shoulders forward as you feel that slight back bend. Exhale, elbows come down, hands away from the face, taking a fold, looking towards your elbows. We'll rise once again to warrior one, breathing in. Feel that slight back bend. Exhale, humble warrior. Nice, you can let the head go. We'll rise back up, freeing up the arms. Take the arms overhead. Nice, and then lift the left heel. So you're in a lunge position. Palms can come together at the heart and folding forward. And we'll work with a twist here. Option one is to take left hand to the inside of the right foot and reach right hand for the ceiling. Option two is bringing left elbow on the outside of the right thigh and right palm on top. And then you press down with the right hand to twist from the spine. Thanks. And then as you exhale, let both hands frame the right foot. And we'll step to plank, so right foot meets left. Taking your vinyasa, feel the shift forward, lowering down. Breath into your back bend. Breath out to down dog. Feeling the release from the neck. Left leg comes up. Knee draws to the nose to step forward. Setting up for warrior one. Rooting into the earth with the right heel and rising towards the sky with the arms. Nice. Now right arm comes under left. Taking that vine shape if you choose, or holding your shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades spread wide across your back as your elbows press forward. And breathe in, feel the slight back bend. Elbows to the chest, hands away from the face, taking the bow. Let the breath in lift you. Pressing the elbows forward, opening the back. Exhale, elbows to chest, hands away from the face, taking the fold. Rising again to warrior one. And taking that humble warrior. Looking towards your navel. Nice, we'll rise, freeing up the arms, lifting the right heel, and palms come together, taking the bow, and setting up for your twist, whether right hand comes to the mat or right elbow to the outside of the thigh. Try to lift the back heel to steady a little more. So if you have that prayer twist, push down with the top heel. Then release, both hands framing the front foot to step back to your plank. Feel the shift forward to low. Breath into your back bend. And take it to down dog. Feeling your heels rooting into the earth. Release the neck and the head. And then you can take your feet to your hands, whether you walk forward or take the float. Lifting to flat back, inhale. Exhale, taking the bow. Bending the knees, and we'll come into chair. Pressing the shoulder blades forward. And we'll take that forward fold, exhale. Inhale, flat back. Stepping back to plank or floating back to low chaturanga. Taking your time as you flow. Letting your breath guide you. Nice. Taking it to down dog. All right, so we'll work with the vinyasa we were just doing, and we'll travel around the mat a little bit. So the right leg comes up and back. Knee draws to the nose to step forward, setting up for warrior one. Rising up. Then left arm sweeps underneath the right. Pressing the shoulder blades forward. Breathing into that back bend. We're just going to take one fold. Exhale, taking the bow. Elbows can come to your chest. Look towards the navel. Then rising back up. Release the arms. Lift the left heel. Bring the palms together. Taking the fold. Taking your twist variation. Nice. Now we'll bring both hands to the inside of the right foot. Turning to face the left side of the mat. Bend the left knee for a side lunge. So you can stay in this fly variation, opening your wings, or you can go low. Nice, then we'll change legs. So bending the right knee, straighten the left. And we'll make our way to warrior one, facing the back of the mat. So you can come to frame the left foot with both hands. And setting your feet up for warrior one. Rising up. So what we did to the front, we now do to the back. Right arm comes underneath the left. Elbows and shoulder blades press forward. Feel the heart lift, that slight back bend. Elbows to chest, take the fold, humble warrior. Rising with the inhale, releasing the arms, they can rise up. Lifting the right heel, that lunge position. Palms together in front of the heart, folding forward to set up for your twist, while the right hand comes to the mat or elbow to the outside of the thigh. Then exhale, hands frame the left foot meets right, plank, and then shifting to lower. Breathing in to open to your back bend, and breathing out to down dog. Feel yourself rooting through your feet, through your hands as you release the neck. And then feet come to hands. And lift to a flat back. Exhale, taking the bow. Coming to chair pose. Nice. Taking the fold. Exhale. Inhale, flat back. And moving through your vinyasa. Taking your time to step or float. Breathing into your back bend. Breathing out to down dog. We'll extend right leg for the ceiling. Knee draws to the nose to step forward. Left heel rooting. Rising to warrior one. Inhale. Left arm comes under right. Shoulder blades spread wide. Breathing in. Exhale. Elbows to chest. Take the fold. Humble warrior. Nice. Rising. Freeing up the arms. Feeling the left heel lift. Coming to that lunge position. Palms together at the heart. Folding to come into your twist. Nice. Both hands to the inside of the right foot. And as your upper body turns, face the side of the mat, bend the left knee. That's Skandasana, that side lunge position. And then change and legs. We'll come around to the front of the mat, finding warrior one. Right heel rooted, rising with the inhale. Right arm comes under left, elbows press forward, opening the chest. Exhale, taking the bow. Inhale, rising, arms float up, lifting the right heel. Palms come together, taking the fold, feeling that twist. Hands frame the left foot, stepping left foot to meet right. Feel the shift to lower. Breathing into your back bend. Breathing out to down dog. Nice. So now we'll take our circle the other way. So left leg comes up. Knee draws to the nose to step forward. Right heel rooting, rising with the inhale. Right arm comes under left. Crossing the elbows forward, breathing. Exhale, taking the fold. Inhale, rising, finding your way to that lunge. Palms together, take the fold, finding your twist. Then both hands come to the inside of the left foot. As you turn to the right, bend the right knee. Nice, changing sides. And come around to frame your right foot, setting up for warrior one, facing the back of the mat, rooting the left heel, breathing in to float up. Left arm comes underneath the right. Pressing the elbows forward, opening the heart. Exhale, taking the bow. And we'll rise, finding our way to lunge, lifting the left heel, and then palms together, taking the bow to come into the twist. And if you have that prayer twist, press down with the top hand to open the chest a little more. And both hands frame the right foot. Right foot comes to meet left. And we'll shift forward to lower. Breathing into your back bend. Breathing out to down dog. Nice. All right. We'll take the left leg up. Draw the knee towards your nose to step forward. So warrior one, right heel rooting, rising. Right arm comes under left. Opening the upper back, feel the heart lift towards the ceiling. Taking the bow, head bowing towards your heart. Nice. Rising, finding your lunge, lifting the right heel. Then palms come together, taking the bow, finding your twist. And both hands come to the inside of the left foot, unwinding to your right, bending the right knee, and changing sides. We'll come around to frame the right foot, rooting the left, breathing in, rising, and then left arm comes under, right? Pressing the elbows forward, breathe in, feel the heart lift, elbows to the chest, take the floor. And as you rise, lifting the left heel, palms come together, take the fold. Coming into your twist. And both hands frame the right foot meets left. Shifting forward to lower. Breath into your back bend. Breath out to down dog. Rooting through your heels, release the neck. We'll take the feet to the hands, stepping or floating. Lifting to your flat back, breath in. Releasing into the forward fold. We'll sit up for chair, bending the knees. And the hips draw down as the arms come up. Press the shoulder blades forward to get some space to the neck. Feel the inner thighs spiral in towards each other. Nice. We'll take a forward bend, releasing the neck. And your hands can either be pressing into the mat, or you can hug the backs of the legs. Let your weight shift towards your toes. Release the neck just a little bit more. Feel your breath. Beautiful. And then from here, we'll come to flat back, inhaling. And you can move through vinyasa if you'd like, or step to down dog. Child's pose if you need that break. Just following your breath. Nice. And then we'll meet in down dog. Letting the right leg come up and back. Bring the knee towards your nose. We'll step that foot between the hands. This time rooting left foot aligned with the right foot. Sweep the left arm forward like a windmill to bring you up to warrior two. So facing the left side of the mat. Let the shoulders hug down as you sink into the right knee. So feel the left thigh turn in a little bit as the right knee turns out. Looking over right middle finger. Beautiful. So we'll bring the hands together in front of the pelvis. Tracing the line of your spine. Inhale, just reaching straight up. And then opening your wings. Yes, notice if the back is arching. Turn the left thigh in a little bit more if you're finding that's happening. Then the hands come together in front of the hips. Draw that line up through the middle. And opening out. Do that one more time. Hands make their way together. Drawing that line up through the center. And opening out. Nice. So now you can bend the left elbow. Let that arm come around behind the lower back. Then right hand can reach over your head. So reverse warrior. Make sure that right knee is bending and opening to the right. Left thigh can turn in a little bit. Nice. And then you can just let your head release by looking at right foot. If you're working the neck, looking up towards the ceiling, just go easy. Nice. And we'll fold to the right. So the left hand can stay there, and maybe it takes hold of the left inner thigh. Right inner thigh. Right elbow can stay on top of the thigh, or you can bring the arm on the inside of the leg. Yeah, so fingertips can be to the floor. You could also bring a block under your hand. And then invite the head to relax to the right. Press your hips towards the left side of the mat a little bit. Great. Feel free to hold there, or you can take the full bind if it's in your practice. That would be reaching right arm underneath right leg to hook up with the left. Yeah, once you have that, push the hips towards the left side of the mat. Pull your chest back against the leg. Relax the mat. Can you release the head to the right? Yeah. Nice. And free up your hands. Let both hands come to the inside of the right foot. And we'll keep rooted in the left heel and walk the hands to the left a bit. So you have this down dog shape in the upper body, but still that warrior shape in the legs. Invite the jaw to release. And if you need to do a little forward and back rocking to help that left hip, right hip release, you can play with that too. Nice. Now as we bring the hands in towards the mat a little bit, turn the feet parallel. And you can hold the backs of the legs, lift the chest. So you have this flat back. So you're lifting the head and shoulders, feel the spine grow long. Nice. And then exhale, let yourself fold. You can keep holding the legs, or you can bring the hands to the mat level with the feet, looking towards your navel. So walk the hands forward and lift to flat back. Shift your weight towards your toes. Great. And then we'll walk the hands back, bend the right knee, turn that foot out. Turn left foot in a little bit so we're back to that warrior two leg. Now sweep the left hand forward to come on up. We'll come to a reverse warrior variation. We're pressing left hand down towards the ankle. Right hand reaches for the ceiling. So you feel the right rib cage open, but contraction through the left rib. Then you can wiggle left foot in until you can balance on that big toe. Okay, so keep pushing left hand down, feeling the left ribs contract, pressing right hand up to keep the right ribs open, and then maybe left leg lifts. Nice, rolling the left knee down can help stabilize the pelvis a little bit. Nice, and then we'll sweep right arm back, rolling left knee down so you're in a warrior three. All right, and then we'll draw left knee forward, and you can give it a hug or just bring the toe to the floor. Once you have the knee, if you're choosing that, hug the shoulders down like you're doing a crunch. So instead of pulling back, you're crunching in. So elbows and shoulders pull down like you're crunching. Tuck the chin, look towards your navel. Nice. And then we'll let that foot release. Finding your mountain pose for a moment. Then we'll come back to chair pose. So feeling the hug of the inner thighs. As you bend the knees and drop through the hips, and as the arms come up, press them forward a bit, giving space to the neck and the lower back. Taking the fold, exhale. Coming to a flat back, inhale. And your choice to move through vinyasa or step to down dog. Child's pose if you'd like. Nice. So once you've come to down dog, we'll take the left leg up and back. Bringing that knee towards your nose to step forward. It's our warrior two setup. So there's a little bit of turn in with the right foot. Sweep the right arm forward, doing that little windmill to come up. Let's feel the right thigh spiral forward, left knee spiral out to the left. Hug the shoulders down. Then we'll bring the hands together in front of the hips. Breathing in, tracing the line of your spine. Inhale, right up through the middle. Exhale, opening out. Maybe you bend the left knee a little more. Hands make their way together. Breathing in to reach up. Exhale to open out. Hands coming together. One more time through the middle. And exhale, opening out. Bending the right elbow. Letting that forearm come to the lower back. And right hand reaches overhead as you fold to your right. Still bending left knee, opening it over big toe or second toe. You can look towards right foot. You'd like to relax in that, or you can look up towards the ceiling. And we'll come into our side angle, so folding to the left, either elbow on top of the thigh or arm on inside of the thigh. Letting the head go to the left. Get some space in the right side of your neck. And then check in with the bind. So if you're taking the bind, once you have the hands, push the hips towards the right side of the mat and open the chest. Feeling the crown of the head moving away from your tailbone. Bend the left knee just a little more. Relax your belly, your jaw. Nice. Then we'll free up the hands. Let them both come to the inside of the left foot and then walk them away. So you have this down dog shape. So you're still opening the left knee. So it's over big toe or second toe. Yeah, the right thigh can turn in to steady your hips. Breathe in. So now we'll walk the hands a little closer to the mat and then over to the right so you can come into that forward fold. Feet come parallel. Then you can hold the backs of the legs, lift to a flat back. Feel the stretch across the upper back. Exhale, let it go. You can keep holding the legs or bring the hands to the mat. Feel your weight shift towards your toes a little bit. And just feeling your spine suspending from your tailbone. And notice if you have tension in your neck or your jaw, shoulders, invite that to release. So we'll walk the hands forward, lifting to a flat back. Bend the left knee, turning that foot to the front. And right foot can turn in a little bit. We'll do that windmill, coming back to our warrior two. And setting up for this reverse warrior variation where right hand reaches down, left hand reaches for the ceiling. Opening the left ribs, contracting the right ribs. And then wiggle right foot in so you can come onto that big toe. Keep opening the left ribs, contracting the right to lift the right leg. Nice, that knee can roll down. So the more you can reach right hand towards that ankle, the more stable you'll be because you're using those oblique muscles to support the hips. Nice. Left arm sweeps back, roll right knee down. Warrior three. Nice. And then as you bring right knee forward, hug the shoulders down. So you feel like you're doing a crunch as you hug the knee. Nice. And then we'll release right foot to the mat. And take a bit wider stance. We'll take a breath in, reaching up, palms come together. We'll come into Malasana, so yoga squat. Nice. So you can look at the little pulsation here. As you breathe in, feel just a little heart lift as you press your palms together. Elbows push against the knees. And as you exhale, maybe tuck the chin a little bit, squeeze the knees against the arms. So it's just like a mini cat and cow as you move through your squat. Nice. One more. Okay. And we'll bring the hands to the mat. We'll work with crow pose, so we can bring the feet together, the knees apart. And if you just want to work the stretch, you can reach your arms forward and look towards your navel. You're working the arm balance, align the palms with your head and your shoulders, and feel the knees squeeze the armpits. And as you shift your weight forward, feel your hips also shift forward, and that will help you find your core. There you go. Once you have the lift, see if you can draw your heels up towards your glutes. Breathe. Grounding the elbows, really helpful. Hugging the elbows towards each other to keep those chest muscles supporting the shoulders. Nice, and then we'll gently come down. Walk the hands forward. We'll come to the belly. So you can take a moment in down dog if you'd like. Take a full vinyasa before you come all the way to the belly. Nice. So once you come down, we'll take the arms to the floor above the head. Variations from here, you can keep the hands flat on the floor and let the hands be shoulder distance wide or a little wider. If you're able to take full prostration, you can bring your palms together overhead and just let your forehead rest on the floor. And just imagine you're growing a little bit longer with your breath. Maybe feeling your breath moving into that place between the shoulder blades. Now we'll press down with the feet and the pubic bone. And as you breathe in, we'll lift the whole body. So if you have the hands together and want to take them wide, okay. Let the throat come forward to lift the chin slightly. Nice. Then we'll bring the arms down, slide the elbows under the shoulders, pressing the elbows forward so you don't want them too far back. Nice column from elbows to shoulders. Okay. So as you push the elbows down and forward, imagine you're trying to push your body back. Great. Then let the throat come forward to lift the chin, but soften your gaze down the bridge of your nose. Nice. Now we'll curl the toes under, feel the pubic bone tuck down as you lift. Pressing into the elbows, the heels press back, more arm plank. Imagine you're squeezing your elbows together. Ooh, I'm gonna close this. Feel free to come to dolphin, or you can take a break on your knees. So if you're coming to dolphin, your legs are in down dog shape. Great. Feel your elbows hug in towards each other. So your chest muscles are supporting your shoulders. Nice. And then we'll come to the knees. And as you sit back to the heels, you can let your arms come next to your legs. As you feel your breath, you can tune into the intention you called in. So then you can slowly bring yourself up to a seat, and I'm just going to demonstrate some variations of headstand. If you have headstand in your practice, feel free to come into it, but I'll show you how you can work with the blocks a little bit, especially if you're newer to headstand or if you have shoulder tension. So you bring one block high side and then skinny side facing the wall. The other block will come on top, and that block's going to go right up against the wall. So there's a little space behind the bottom block. So then I'm going to wrap my hands behind the block and interlace them. Okay, so it's basically the same arm position we were just working with. Once you have that, without putting your head down on the floor, you're going to lift so you have this dolphin shape, but you keep walking the feet until you feel your shoulders against the block. And feel free to just work here. It's a really nice massage for the shoulders, where you can play with lifting one leg, maybe bouncing a little bit. Maybe you're able to lift up. So the idea is to keep the weight off your head. Okay? So feel free to play with that. If you would prefer to not work full inversion, you could just bring the top of your head to the floor in this rabbit pose, hugging the backs of the legs or holding your heels. So the top block right up against the wall. Got that space between the wall and the bottom block. Your head's not on the floor. So if your head's on the floor, try to lift the head. Otherwise, you're going to feel a lot of tension in your shoulders. Okay. So again, if the head's on the floor, try to take the head off the mat, Otherwise, you're going to feel a lot of strain. Okay. Head's not on the floor if you're using the block. Yeah, so down, bring your feet closer so you feel your shoulders against the block. So you want to make sure you can feel your shoulders against the block. So go ahead and come up. Oh, your hair's fine. Oh, I see what you're saying. There you go. That's it. Now just keep walking your feet in. That's it. Work there. Yeah, so if you're choosing not to work with the blocks, try to pull the knee to your chest. Think more crunch than trying to kick up. Yeah. Wherever you are, feel the elbows hug in towards each other. So you got the chest muscles supporting the shoulders. Nice, nice, beautiful. Great. And then when you feel complete and you want to come down, you take a moment in child's pose, resting the arms next to the legs. So you have the arms forward in child's pose. Just let the elbows relax onto the mat. So you can allow for some blood to circulate around your shoulders. Tune into your breathing. Nice. So we'll come forward to your hands and knees. And once you come on the hands and knees, let the left leg come out to the side. Shift your weight onto your left hand and reach out with the right. And then we'll reach under, reaching for the left foot or ankle. Maybe you just hold the leg. Maybe just reach in that direction. And then check in with the right leg. Did that foot turn to the left? See if you can bring it more parallel to the right side of the mat. You feel the sit bones, the bottom of your hips tuck into the mat and a little bit to the left. Relax the jaw, the neck. And we'll push down with the left hand. Reach out to the side with the right. Coming up. And then we'll bring both hands to the mat and change legs. So left knee comes down, right leg extends out. Reaching out with the left hand. Then reaching for right foot underneath the right arm. Shoulder comes down, head comes down. Pressing with the right hand. And then feel the sit bones tuck into the floor a little bit, maybe a little to the right. And pressing down with the right hand to lift the head and shoulders. Left hand comes out. And then letting both hands come to the mat, both knees come to the mat. And we'll come into down dog. Nice. From here, you can walk the feet to the hands. If you have a jump through, feel free to take that. We'll come to a seat. Bring the feet to the hands. You can cross one ankle, come down. Nice. And then we'll extend the legs forward. Just let the feet relax. And feeling your upper body like a waterfall cascading over your legs. The hands can hold your calves or your heels. Nice. Feel the shoulders hug towards your hips. You can just let the feet relax. The knees can be relaxed. And as you feel that forward bend, find some space in the back of the neck by feeling the chin tuck in towards your collarbones a little bit. And you can keep holding the legs or the feet and lift the head and shoulders. Feeling the stretch in the upper back. And then we'll release. Nice. So we'll bring right knee in towards the chest. That foot coming to the floor. Both hips are still facing forward. And then we'll press the arms forward. You can push the palms away from you. Hug the right knee to the left. Rotating to your right. And either left elbow wraps around the front of the right knee or it comes to the outside with that hand coming to the hip. And right hand can press into the mat behind you. Feel the right sit bone tuck into the mat and a little bit forward. And we'll take a breath in. You can reach the hands out to the right to come back to center, and we'll change legs. So feeling shoulder blades press forward, reach over to the left, let the knee hug over to the right. And gazing gently over the left shoulder, feeling the spiral of your neck as well as the rest of the spine. Feeling the left sit bone hug into the mat and slightly forward. Relax your jaw. So then we'll reach the hands out to the left, coming to center, and let both legs extend. And then we'll walk the hands back far enough that you can, excuse me, easily lean onto them with that elbows. So we'll either bring feet flat to the mat with the knees bent, or if you want to keep the legs together, point the toes. Okay, we're going to hug the shoulders towards the knees. Yeah, feel a little tuck under with the pubic bone, like you're trying to bring chin and pubic bone together. Then feel that pubic bone scoop forward to lift. So if you're choosing incline, you're trying to get your big toes to the floor. Okay. Keep pushing the shoulders forward. It will help you. There you go. Nice. You can feel free to bend the knees. Keep them flat. Yeah, so feel those toes reach, inner thighs squeeze together. Then you can let the throat come forward to lift the chin. So if you're feeling the urge to throw the head back, make sure the throat lifts so you don't collapse the back of the neck. And we'll gently come on down. Good. And then ease onto your back. So once you come to your back, you can let your knees come over your hips. And then extend the feet towards the ceiling. Feel free to rest here. If you're working towards shoulder stand, pressing the arms into the mat as the feet come towards your head. And once you feel the hips lift, you can catch the hips with your hands, fingers facing the ceiling. Feel free to create this C-shape variation where you can walk the hands closer towards your ribs and press the feet away from your head so they're over the hips to take weight out of the neck. And feeling into that space between the shoulder blades for your breath. So feel free to stay here in your shoulder stand. If you're coming to plow, let the hands come to the hips. And you can either keep the legs straight, hugging the inner thighs together as the legs come back overhead, or let the knees bend to the shoulders and then reach the feet for the floor. And if they touch the floor, then you can straighten the knees. And you may feel your heels touch the wall, and you can press them into the wall if you've got that. Nice. Take your time coming out of it. Let your hands be your brakes. Feeling one vertebra at a time, come to the mat. And let the feet come to the floor. Extend the legs out. Let the hands come next to your thighs. And press the elbows into the mat. And let the chest lift as you press the back of the head into the floor. So you feel a little upper back arch. And you can keep working that, pushing elbows down. And seeing if you can come more towards the crown of your head, but be gentle. Make sure you don't feel your skull collapse against your shoulders. You should be able to breathe. Squeeze inner thighs together. And if you have the full fish pose, you can gaze gently to your third eye. Take your time coming down. You can tuck the chin, lift the head, look towards your toes, and let the elbows come out to come down. Don't bend the knees, bring the feet flat to the floor. Hip distance apart, parallel to each other. Press the back of the head into the floor. Feel the lower back flatten as you press into your heels. And that peels the spine off the mat to come into bridge pose. And the hands can work towards each other, underneath the body. If you'd like to take wheel, if you feel open enough, strong in your shoulders, you can work in your wheel pose. And so if you have that wheel, feel the heels press into the mat as if you're trying to push them apart. We'll take a breath into the upper chest. Exhale, slowly come down. Once the lower back lands, let the knees come over the hips and hands onto the knees. Just a gentle pushing of the knees into the hands. Feel that create space in the lower back. And relaxing the knees to the chest, the arms can open out to the sides. We'll bring the knees over to the right, coming all the way to the floor. Gentle twist. Your head can turn the opposite direction of your knees. And as you exhale, squeeze the legs together to bring the legs over to the left side. Feeling free to turn the head to the right. Now, as you exhale, come back to the middle. And you can take happy baby with the feet coming over the knees, hands on the calves or the heels. Feel free to rock a little bit. And we'll take our final pose, Shavasana. The legs straightening out on the floor. And as you turn your palms up towards the ceiling, let the shoulder blades snuggle underneath you. Feeling the natural turnout of your legs. The eyes can close. And as you continue to rest here, invite some space to come into the throat and the neck. And feel your attention come to the space between your heart and your throat. This high heart area is the place where the energy of our heart and our voice come together. So we learn to speak from our heart, to feel connection with others in this place. So we can speak our truth with compassion, with steadfastness and ease. Feeling your breath become a little deeper. Tuning into your intention. And ever so gently, you can bring one hand to land to the heart, the other to the belly. feeling your energy begin to awaken and aliven. Eyes maybe gently flutter open, toes begin to wiggle, and ever so gently roll to one side. Feel free to take a moment to linger there, and then we'll come to a seat, and the hands can help you come on up. Beautiful. So we'll complete our practice with a round of Om, so feel free to join me if you like. Just relaxing the belly as you take a deep inhale. Thank you all so much for joining me and for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste. I wish you all a beautiful Friday and great holiday weekend. I'll be around tomorrow in the studio at 9 o'clock, and then I'll also be outdoors at the Carnegie Library at 10:30. And I'll also be outdoors Sunday morning at 8:30 at the same place. So love to see you if you're around. If not, enjoy the weekend. Thank you.